Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurul Agustama. I'm from class A, semester 5. And today I would like to review some books. Two books. It's from English books. First is students' books and the second is teacher's book. Firstly, I would like to introduce the book's identity first. Book title is When English Rings a Bell or Ministry of Education and Culture. The authors is Siti Wahidah, Asep Gunawan, Diantari, and Yuli Rulani Khotimah. Publisher is Center for Curriculum and Bookkeeping, Balitbang Kemendikbud. City is Jakarta. This is the second sprint. Year out is 2017. There is 234 pages in these books. And for the second book is book title English Teachers Books When English Rings a Bell. Authors is same like the first one. Page is 194. So I would like to review these two books is between the student's book and the teacher's book. Let's find out what is the difference of these two. For the students' books, from the primate input, there's good input from it because they have useful tips from each chapter, so it makes students more understandable about the material, so they can learn it by themselves in the home. And for the mini focus output is there only focus for the example, but not to the meaning from the example. And for the office grammar, actually this book's using too many grammar. It will make some students who have a low level English ability to understand the real meaning from the material. For focus on high frequency words, they focus on it, but they provide tips in each chapter to make it easier to the student to understand the material. And about teach words in meaningful chunks, they give example and tips so the student can know how to adjust the use of words based on their own words. I mean their needs from those words. And for the focus on fluency development, these books focus it from it. Because there's many example tips, so the student can train themselves in the home by themselves and can understand it. And for the motivation key to language learning, this book gives many motivating words in it in each chapter and from each example. And the last is amount and intensity of instruction go hand in hand. Teacher give listen slowly, enjoyable listen, and from it student can be easier to understand the capture the real meaning of the material, and they can practice it too in the real life. And the second book is the teacher's book. Actually, for this 8 course, not really different. The difference is maybe from the mini focus output is important because this book not focus on that, but they're focused on the practice. So maybe the like is same like student book, but the student book give a little bit explanation and then many example. But in this book there's more practice than show the meaning from it. But from the practice, the student can know how to use those words or those the material that they get from the teachers, so they can practice it in the real life. Maybe the difference from it because this book is more goes to the practice, and there's a lot of grammar things and vocabulary, so maybe it's more harder than the students books to understand it. And these books also give many motivation words and the fluency development. This book focus on it, so students do a practice, and if they do a mistake, teacher will tell them and give some advice. That is. So for the first book, the advantage of this book is really interesting because there's so many pictures to give an example, and maybe it will make students more get their attention and help them to understand the meaning by looking the picture, and they know how to express it. And for the disadvantage, maybe this book too many using grammar, and maybe not all of the students gonna be understandable about these books, about the material in these books, and maybe they understand but not fully, not 100% understand about it. And from the second book, there's many examples too, and there's tips. So the tip is not just for student, it's for teachers too. And also there's a test or assessment to quantify the student ability from the materials that the teacher have been give to them. And this book also can make students increase their creativity because in these books, because from this book, students often to ask the teacher and do more practice than before. And for the disadvantage is too many using a grammar, so it make student more confused to the material, and they can't study by their own, especially the low level English ability students. And because this book is focused in practice, they are lacking to the explaining the material, and this book can be understandable for students that more high ability level of English. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.